Good evening, everyone. Today we want to share here some important things. If you want to speak English, so what should you do at first? At first, you should think in English. You don't need to think in Hindi then after translate in English. If you are going such kind of silly mistakes, so you will not be able to speak English properly. You need to totally think in English, and whatever you are thinking, you need to express those things freely. First thing, you will have to enhance your confidence, and for that you will have to practice in front of mirror, because we don't have that kind of environment where we can speak, where we can express ourselves freely, and we don't have that kind of friends or relatives whom we can talk. So the first thing we will have to do that is we will have to put mirror in front of us, and then after we will have to practice at least half an hour. And second thing, if if you are trying to talk in English, so you don't need to think that time how will you express yourself, how will you use tenses in your spoken. You don't need to do anything. If you want to tell about past activities, so let me tell you one thing, that you need to use second form there, and you can also use their had plus B3. This will be means correct English if you want to speak as per the rules of grammar, but you don't need to do such kind of things. At first you need to speak whatever you know, then after you can improve, then after you can improve in it whatever you are speaking. You need to speak at first, and you can capture some videos, and then after you will have to listen those videos which in which you practiced a lot, and finally you can uh, observe yourself. You can find out your mistakes, then after you will have to improve those mistakes. This is the part of learning. Making a mistake is not that kind of thing that you are doing means anything wrong. If you are making mistakes, so it means you are learning something. Because if I'm talking about myself, yeah, I'm not speaking English, I'm not trying to speak English, so how can I make mistake? Mistakes are the proof that you are learning something. If you are learning something, if you are a learner, so you will definitely make some mistake, because you are a learner, you are not a teacher or guide, you are not a coach there. And coach can also make mistakes, because everyone can make mistake. So we don't need to afraid of making mistakes. We need to take positives from those steps, those mistakes which we are making, and we need to improve. Then after we can easily improve those mistakes. If we think that we will speak correct English, and I will wait until I'm not able to speak correctly, so it is impossible to learn, it is impossible to express ourselves freely. So you need to do one thing, you need to practice. I'm saying practice, practice, practice. Everything will depend on your practice. Practice, I'm not saying that you are to make some sentence, you are not to write anything. You can at first write 5 to 10 sentence to learn that method. If you are learning through a method, so then after you will have to practice of speaking, not practice of writing, because you are not learning anything to write. Your aim should be clear, that what you want to do. You want to learn a language, how to write a language, otherwise how to express. So this will be already clear, that what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve that, if you want to get fluency in your spoken, so you will have to practice in speaking, not in writing. So spoken English, why it is why is it known as spoken English? Why isn't it known as written English? We cannot practice here about writing. We will have to practice of spoken, and for that we will have to face what anyone. Otherwise, if we don't have that kind of friend, if we don't have any relative whom we can talk ourselves freely, so we have only one thing, that is mirror. And we all have in a, we can say we all have mirror at our own, and we need to put that mirror in front of us, and then after we can practice. If you want to do something better than this, so you can capture a video in which you can practice how to speak English. Then after you can watch that video, and it will help you a lot to improve your spoken as well. Then after you can improve whatever you want to improve. So these are the some steps, and don't need to afraid of making any kind of mistake. I'm saying again this topic because I also used to think that time when I started speaking English that I will be able to speak English correctly after some time, but that was my mistake. And so I'm sharing all the techniques which are applied in while I was trying to speak English. So you need to follow these steps as well, and hope you will get uh, confidence. And once you get a little bit confidence, then after you can speak easily. For that you will have to practice of speaking some sentences, some daily use sentences. If you practice over those sentences, so you will get some confidence, you will get little bit confidence, and that will help you a lot to spoken English. And you can practice over some sentences, some daily use sentences, which will really help you to get fluency as well. So I hope this video will help you to how to learn English, to learn how to speak English properly. Thank you so much. See you in next video. See you. Bye bye.